Hello pals, and welcome to another reading wrap-up video. And my little co-host here, Richard, because he is gracing us with his presence to start this video. So pals, we read quite a few books, but we actually didn't. We did not read that many books this month. And the reason for that is I started 3 books and got halfway through 3 books this month and just wasn't vibing. So I put them down. So I did read, let me see. I read 4 books front to back. In addition to that, 3 half books, but I'm not going to tell you what those 3 books are because hopefully I'll finish them this coming month, November, so I'll talk about them then. So today we're just going to talk about the 4 books that I finished in October. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, the first book I finished was none other than Confess by Colleen Hoover, and it was so good. I loved it. It was like a good classic quick Colleen Hoover, and I just really enjoyed the character. I would say it probably goes in my top 5 Colleen Hoovers of all time, not within my top 3, but within my top 5. So basically it's about this girl named Auburn, and she is trying to, you know, rejuvenate her life, rebuild her life after its shattering past, and she walks into this art gallery to find a job because it had a hiring sign outside, and she does not expect that the guy inside there is, well, someone she's gonna fall in love with like immediately. So they fall in love together, and then his past kind of digs up, her past kind of digs up, her toxic ex comes into the picture, and it unravels from there. But it's pretty like interesting drama without being too crazy of a drama. Like, it's definitely not realistic, but it's fun to read. And again, quick, fast-paced book, so if you're looking for something to get you out of a reading slump, I would recommend this book. The next one I read was The Escape Room by Megan Goldin. And if you've watched one of my past videos, I said that I really wanted to read through Megan Goldin's backlist because I read one of her latest novels and I was obsessed. So I was like, yeah, obviously I have to read her backlist because I think she's one of my automatic buy authors. So this is the first one in the backlist that I've gotten to, and it's The Escape Room. It was pretty fun. I gave this a 4 stars, but if I'm being honest, it's more like 3.5. Like, the concept is kind of overused and I've seen a bunch of movies with it, but at the time that this was written, I bet it was pretty fun. It is essentially these 4 workers are put into this elevator together, told that it's an escape room for them to be in, and they feel that they need to show themselves and get out of this escape room in order to prove themselves to their employers because they're doing cuts at their job. So that's how it starts. When they soon realize that the escape room is not what they thought, and you start spiraling into the work dynamics, the work relationships, the toxicity going on within the work, and why these 4 are now stuck in an elevator together. It is super fun. And it keeps you guessing the entire time. Like, you do know who and what is happening, but you're trying to uncover what has gone on within the workplace that has gotten them to this spot that someone wants revenge on them this badly. So it's pretty intriguing that way, that there's like this revenge topic to it. So if you like revenge thrillers, you'll like that one. The next book I read was If I Knew Then, Finding Wisdom in Failure and Power in Aging. This is by Jane, and it was pretty enlightening. I always love to listen to like a memoir each month or catch up on a memoir. This one was a lot about aging and the wisdom that Jane felt she gained in her years of time, years of age, aging. And she talks a lot about like when she was in her teens, she never really felt confident. And when she gets older, she's learned to be in her own shell and really just like own who she is and not give a fuck, essentially. And it was just really nice to hear. Like, I feel like as females, we constantly have an agenda for what each age should look like, and expectations for how we should be and how we can present ourselves to others around us in our workplace, in our relationships, and just our self-reflection, self-love. So it was fun to listen to Jane's perspective on like how she felt when she was a teenager versus how she feels now, and all the steps in her life that have kind of guided her there. And then her just like, not necessarily tips, but her reflection on how she's swapped her perspective and now feels the way she does about herself, and how she is encouraging other women to feel that way and take aging as like a good thing, you know? And you know, she's kind of funny, so there's lots of comedic kind of relief within these like not darker, but like heavier topics. So I found it really fun read. And I do want to apologize right now for the lighting. We are now into winter season, so it is going to get darker as I do these videos now. And I know what you're thinking, just film earlier, I wish I could. But you know, 5 o'clock rolls around and it's already dark. So we'll just go for that cozy vibe, you know? Are you feeling cozy? I'm feeling cozy. We're just in that cozy era, all right? And don't worry, we're on to the last book here. The last book I read was Beautiful World, Where Are You? By Sally Rooney. I read it for one of my recent videos called Reading Taylor Swift's Favorite Books. So definitely go check that out if you want to know more details. This book really turned around my view for Sally Rooney. I hated Normal People, but I loved this book. The character development in this one is just so good. And honestly, I'm currently reading what's it called? It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover, following reading this book by Sally Rooney, and I'm finding reading It Starts With Us right after this is quite difficult because Sally Rooney just does such a good job at doing just character driven books. So now reading a book that's really not about character drive and more about plot, I'm not as into it, or I feel like it's less mature, which it's not. It's not like, no book is more mature than any other book. They are just different objectives, kind of. So Sally Rooney being so character-driven, focused novels, going to more of like a plot-focused style novel, I'm like feeling less attached to the characters. And it makes me realize how good Sally Rooney is at character development. So if you want more details on that book, go check out my other video. But yes, that was all of the books I read in October. I tried to make this video a little bit more snappy, so I hope you enjoyed. And please stick around for more videos on my channel and more of Richard as well. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye!